Welcome to Voices from the Bench, a dental laboratory podcast. Send us an email at info@voicesfromthebench.com or look for us on Facebook at Voices from the Bench. Greetings and welcome to Voices from the Bench. My name is Elvis.
My name is Barbara. I don't know why we still have to introduce ourselves after this long, but you know him and you know me, so here we are. Let's do it.
And we always hope that new people are joining us every week, so that's why we introduce ourselves.
All right, I gotcha.
So we are at episode number 60.
606, my lucky number. 0 is just nothing, so good for us.
This is interesting. We got an email last week, and I wanted to share it with our listeners. This is what the email said. Just wanted to tell you what a great thing you guys are doing with the podcast. I gave my dental technician students an assignment to choose one of the people that you guys interviewed. Listen to the hour-long interview with that person and do a 5-minute summary to the class about that person. Every one of them talked for about 20 minutes, answered questions from their classmates, and were extremely animated and enthusiastic about what they learned. Thanks for bringing all this great information from great technicians in the field to all of us.
Aww, that's cool.
It's wonderful to hear all the good things people have to say about our profession. The only thing I've ever wanted to do in 47 years in the field. Keep up the great work, Elvis and Barb. This is awesome. This comes from, and I'm probably going to butcher her name, Susan Kravici, a professor at the Milwaukee Area Technical College that has a dental technicians program. Isn't that awesome?
Yes, thank you guys for listening and emailing. We so appreciate it. Elvis and I love what we do, and we so are enjoying this podcast. I hear that you like it and your students like it. Can't be a more amazing compliment, so thank you.
I don't think I've ever been somebody's homework before. It's pretty cool. I think this is great, and I hope to maybe someday talk to Susan and a student to maybe learn more about the program. And who knows, maybe someday CDTs will be able to get CE credit while listening to our podcast.
Sweet.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Listen to our podcast, answer 3 questions, get a credit. Hint, hint, everybody.
All right.
We again bring you more interviews we got at LMT Lab Day Chicago 2019. What can we say? A lot of people are at that show, and a lot of people sat down with us. This week, we have a few past guests on the podcast. We start off by talking with Tony Prestipino, CDT from Artifex Dental Laboratory, talking about using his carbon printer for digital dentures and encouraging his employees to better themselves.
And then we talk to
my boss and mentor, Larry Sowinski CDT from Somer Dental Laboratories. He's joined with Herb Barid from Ivoclar Vivadent. Herb talks about what Ivoclar is up to during Lab Day and some of the history of their Blueline teeth. And Larry talks about his experiences at LMT Lab Day Chicago. And then we wrap up today's episode with the CDT of the Year, Mark Williamson CDT DTG from Ottawa Dental Laboratory in Ottawa, Illinois. Mark tells us about winning the CDT of the Year award and also winning the Panthera Master Cup. He also talks about his dental laboratory journey that put him at Ottawa. So join us as we talk to Tony, Larry, Herb, and Mark.
Preet is more than a company which provides you with the largest attachment selection in North America, such as locators, O-rings, which is kind of sexual, and hater clips. Preet is more than a company who provides you with analogs, UCLA tie bases, multi-unit parts for over 25 different implant manufacturers. Preet is the company who passionately, and so is Elvis, just saying in our show, supports dental technicians and dental technology. They provide over 60 hours of non-commercial continuing education each year. They are an NADL sponsor and a supporter of the Foundation for Dental Technology, as well as an annual sponsor for the majority of the local state dental technician association, and that is just the start. Preet is honored that dental technicians trust in them as their one-stop shop for their laboratories. In fact, during the month of May, the next time you place an order online or call the awesome team at Preet, Use the promo code VOICES, and I quote, VOICES, and you will not only receive 5% off your order, which is pretty amazing. Thank you, Preet. Preet Corporation will also contribute 1% of all promotional sales to the Foundation for Dental Technology. So thank you, Preet. You guys are amazing. Thank you for sponsoring us.
Voices from the Bench. The interview.
That's what we do.
Breaker.
Hey,
Breaker.
Tony.
All passengers.
Prestipino.
Is that how
From
you pronounce
Artifex.
that?
Prestipino.
Everybody
Elvis.
says the P before the T. So Prestipino, everyone says it.
Prestipino.
But it's
Got it.
Prestipino with a T.
Prestipino.
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 Think tip. Prestipino.
Nice.
No
Oh, okay.
comment, Barb.
That's cool. We like that. Tell us, how's your meeting going?
Great show. This year. I mean, all the buzz. Every year there's a buzz.
Get a little closer.
You want me to get a little closer to you, Elvis?
Yes,
Is that what you said?
Snuggle up, buddy.
Snuggle up.
Snuggle up. I'm
Yay.
cold.
Hey,
yeah.
hey, cool. Every year, usually, you have a very hot topic, and 3D printing is a really hot topic. And,
Yeah.
and a lot of the navigated type of implant surgeries on full arches. So you have these guides coming out to help these surgeons place these implants very accurately, and having a temporary made ready to go in that supposedly supposed to fit right on top of that. And that's the cool thing. So those are the two cool things here this year.
Yep.
And every year it seems to be more and more techy. It used to, in the old days, was all hands-on. Hey, how do you wax something? How do you do this? Let's do a little. But now it's so techy that I think the industry is turning around, because we don't have a lot of schools anymore in the country. We don't have a lot of things going on. And the industry, as far as a technician goes, kind of dies out. It's hard to find somebody. But now with all this new techie stuff, the kids are coming out. And I'm looking around the room. There's a lot more young people
There's a lot of young people here
than there was. I'm so thrilled to see that.
So am I. It's awesome.
And thanks for having me on last month. Last Monday, right before Chicago. How did I get the sweet spot?
I bookmarked you guys.
That was a sweet spot, bro.
Because that is a great roundtable about 3D printing.
I've had so many comments here. I'm so. I'm pretty humble. I don't know a lot of stuff that goes on. Somebody asks me to do something, I do it. And I've had a lot of people come up about, hey, I heard the thing on Voices from the Bench.
That's awesome.
I'm like, hey, great. So I appreciate it. But you guys are doing a great job.
You also mentioned on that roundtable that you're going to get another 3-shape this weekend.
Oh, did I? I got 6. I did.
Did you really?
No.
I was like, damn. That's a pretty penny right there.
No, like I said, I anticipate getting one, no doubt about it. But right now we have to get up to the new. I mean, the models are great. I'm having no troubles at all. But the real deal is the dentures. So Carbon's got an approval for a resin to use on denture from 510K, which is a big deal because they're not all approved. And we're working closely together to get these dentures to be better. I want to be part of the innovation because I know, and everybody knows, digital dentures aren't there. There are some guys that do a beautiful job. I'm not saying that they don't. I just don't do yet, and I'm willing to admit it. So I want to be part of the innovation to make these things pretty routine, that we can get an affordable digital denture that looks good. And if I can't ever get one, then I'll never use my Carbon to print one.
Yeah.
But my staff has been incentivized to learn this, and digital denture is going to be a big part of Carbon in 2019 for at least Artifacts.
Do you mind me asking how you're getting your employees excited about it?
Well, I told the 2 denture techs that we have, because we're only 10 techs, 2 secretaries. The 2 denture guys that I do have, I told them, you learn digital dentures, stents, and temps coming from my Carbon machine, I will each give you a $10,000 raise.
Oh, my God.
So there is a way to
Jeez,
incentivize employees. The reason is because if I start doing them, I can do 10 times the amount of dentures I do now.
So
we turn dentures away sometimes because we started out as a Crown and Bridge lab and an implant lab. And then hybrids come out, we start doing dentures, end up being full service. So I have to turn some things away in the denture department just because I have 2 techs. It's hard to find these people.
Yeah.
And then when I do, I embrace them and train them and help them to be the best they can be, and then incentivize them like this to make them stay.
Beautiful.
Because once they get really good, they're out the door
gone
to do their own thing. And if you're a single person working for somebody, you should be your own business. You are your own business, and you should market yourself as such.
Yeah.
So if you're at a laboratory where you've learned a lot and done great, you should say, hey, look, this is what I feel I'm worth. If you don't feel you're worth getting what you're worth, then go open your own thing or go work for somebody that does appreciate you.
Yep.
So if you put all those in, there's no turnaround, and we get the guys. The problem is we just have to get the quality to where I need it to be with the digital denture, which I know will get there, and I'm proud to be part of the innovation to get it there.
Nice. Are you providing them the tools to learn, or is it all on their own?
I pay for their CDTs every time that years of time to renew, and we do all of that, and when it's time, I'll buy a new 3-shape. If, say, 2 guys are fighting over the same machine, that's time for another one. Yeah. I mean, I don't really buy the seat. I like them to have their own 3-shape, so I don't buy the seat. You can buy a seat when you have a 3-shape. Yeah, and I buy them printers. I buy them equipment. I buy them anything they need. Matter of fact, it's really weird, and this is probably a bad business move, but it's really weird.
Great way to start a sentence.
Yeah. So my employees, I don't order anything. You want it, you order it. If you find something new you want to try, you order it. Don't sit there and say, hey, can I buy this?
Yeah.
But if they want to buy an expensive piece of equipment, of course they're going to come to me. But if they want to buy the new Mio stuff for the pink shading, and if they want to buy a cool new attachment on their 3-shape or something like that, then go right ahead, dude. You got my full support. You're doing it for the best interest of us, not for you. You're not taking them home on Saturday night and playing with them after dinner.
True.
That's neat. I've not heard this perspective before. I like it.
Yeah, Artifex, not romper room.
Yeah, nice.
If there's an internal argument between 2 people, work it out yourself. Don't really bother me with it. If you want to come in at 6 in the morning and leave at 2, go ahead. You want to leave at 10 and leave at 7, go ahead. It's okay. Yeah. You're a big boy. You're a big girl. You're an adult. Just get the work that's done. Now, my ceramists, they pretty much have to come in 8 to 5 because we see a lot of patients for custom shades.
Yeah.
But they can always schedule with us, say, hey, look, Friday I'm going to be in late or whatever. It's really lax, and I think what happens is you get the best out of the people like that.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Nobody abuses it, though?
Like, how long have I been on? 10 minutes and not a single cuss word. What's going on?
That's you need to.
A record.
Go for it.
You need to say fuck us.
Yeah.
We interviewed somebody from France yesterday, and he kept saying that. I'm like, I love that. I got to use that in my daily vocabulary. Fuck us. So,
focus.
yes.
You got to focus.
Focus. Oh, that was
yes! And that's how he was saying it. And I was like, well, that's a beautiful thing.
That is awesome.
I can incorporate that into my day very easily.
Sweet. So what's going on with you? You guys have a good show?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, every time I walk by, there's somebody here, so I just keep walking.
Yeah.
I'm glad you stopped by.
We've had some fantastic people sit down. We didn't expect would.
Yeah.
We got some great interviews and spread the word, and that's all we're looking to do.
Judy sat down
you guys
with
are doing a
us,
great job.
Yeah. It's been pretty cool. And you know what? We feel the love of the industry, and that's a genuine statement. Like, I feel people coming together and supporting us.
How long have you guys been doing this?
Almost a year in April.
Okay, so it's only been a year, and everyone in this room knows who you guys are. And that's really the truth. It's kind of weird. It's just 1 year. Last year, there was no voices at the bench here, from the bench here, right?
Last year,
and everybody's
on
wearing our buttons
Friday,
too.
I asked her if she wanted to help me.
Yeah.
Okay, so and here it is 1 year later, and everybody knows. I mean, you've had how many, 47, 48 podcasts now?
47
and
episodes.
What's the most hits you had on a podcast?
On an individual episode?
Yeah, an individual episode.
We broke 1,000 on our first episode.
Well, you think about that. 1,000 people. What is there, 5,000 labs?
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
1,000 people said, oh, I'm going to listen to Elvis and Barb.
Yeah.
So I'm proud to be here.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Am I interviewing you now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
that's all right, though.
Yeah.
We couldn't get enough of the compliments because, it's Elvis's brainchild, and I agreed, not really knowing what I was getting into, but
Are you
it's
a
a lot of
techie
work.
guy?
Not
He
really.
is,
I
yeah.
mean,
He is?
computer-wise, but
Can you teach my daughter how to edit videos? She's 16.
I'm not good on that video. I'm not
He is
good
a
at
great
it.
editor,
looking.
though.
I am looking.
It's been great this last year. It's been wonderful.
He's had to keep me in line. You have to be somewhere at 11. You have to be somewhere at this time. I need you on the weekends. We're going to pre-record. And I'm like, oh.
It's tough to keep a schedule, but the LMT's got a great job with that, too. Now you can actually get your schedule online from LMT after you sign up for
I
a
know,
meeting.
we
Over
talked
here,
about
yeah.
that
It
today.
is so cool.
It's
Yep.
amazing what Eric has done.
Yep. We talked to him
Smart
about
guy.
it today. He's a brainchild. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm hunting someone to take a picture of me sitting here with you guys.
Oh,
one day
yeah.
one day it's going to be worth something. I'm going to sit here with Elvis and Barb. You're going to have a third guy here, a girl somewhere. Eventually, you're going to be too
Let's
busy.
see.
Hey, Becky. She'll help us take
Here.
a photo. Will you take a photo?
There you go.
Would
Thank
you be
you.
so kind?
Act like I'm
Thank
working.
You.
Yeah.
Act like you're
So
working.
how's the weather?
So we'll just talk like
We see a picture of you.
You got to switch it.
Oh, you got to turn it. Swap. This is all going to be on the air. We're talking about some girl taking a picture of us.
That's what happens live.
That is what happens live.
Live at LMT.
Yep.
Thank you.
Live
That's awesome.
Thank you, Becky Tyre from LMT.
Becky Tyre. There you go. You get a free
She's been
T-shirt.
keeping us in line.
You get a free T-shirt.
And
there
a button.
you go.
And a postcard.
And what is this? Make teeth
Make
great
teeth
again.
great
Republican hat.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear about that at Cal Lab?
Oh,
I got one at Cal Lab, so I've been wearing it. I like it.
Well,
and I've got a lot of compliments.
Jeff Strong. He's a big.
That's
I
right.
love Jeff. He's
I do
great.
too. He's cool.
Good guy.
I'm a fan.
He's been very prominent in the Cal Lab right now, and he's done a great job.
He's
and he's gonna do a fantastic job with that. There's no doubt about it. And Bennett, as always, does great with NIDL, and you guys, and FDLT, Gary. Yep. Great guys too. Yep. I'm trying to plug everybody I can.
I was just thinking.
I'm thinking about it, man.
Thank you.
Once you edit it all out, there's 6 words in there that might make sense. The rest of them's nothing. Well, Gary,
and one
Jeff,
F-bomb.
Well, there's been 2 F-bombs now.
And it wasn't just me, folks.
Hey, focus. Oh, wait a minute. Focus. Will you, please?
Will you please focus on this situation?
Focus.
Yes.
Focus on the voice.
We're doing an interview.
Focus on the voice from the bench.
Yes.
Well, Tony, I appreciate it. It was great to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
I love meeting people that were guests that we spent a good quality hour together.
Sure.
And I spent the next 12 hours hearing you over and over as I edited it. It turned out great. And
so you're doing a lecture next? So
I have
luck.
a Strawman lecture.
Good.
I'm very graced. I'm very fortunate and blessed to have to be mentors and KOLs for certain companies.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
Absolutely.
And when they ask me to do this, just like a podcast, I'm very honored. And Strawman and Zimmer Biomet and Carbon and BioHorizons and things like that. So
awesome.
I get to be very, very busy, but it's a great form of marketing for the lab.
Sure.
So, absolutely.
Because we can't put an ad in the paper, hey, want a crown? Call Artifex. You can't do that. So this is good stuff for us.
Absolutely.
And my crew loves that they have a guy out there that's lecturing and sometimes, Artifex, you guys know this? No, not famous.
You're famous.
No. No, I happen to have a prosthodontist brother that's famous, so I got lucky there.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He invented the first ever ceramic abutment and sold it to Nobel.
Nice.
It's called the Ceradap. And that was the first ever white ceramic abutment that you could put a crown on.
Really?
Back in the day, it was made out of aluminous oxide.
Really?
Now everything's zirconia.
Yeah, sure.
So he's my claim to fame. So whenever everyone meets me, you're Vince's brother. I'm like, yeah. And I got another brother, David, who's a tech, who's very popular too.
Wow.
So I'm I'm the baby brother, and
I'm the baby. Yep.
Of how many?
3.
All right.
Yep.
I'm the baby
Sister,
of 6.
Brother, and wow, oh my word.
Well, awesome. I appreciate it, Tony.
You.
I know you're busy. You got to go to get to your talk. It was great to meet you.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Great to meet you.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
We are here wrapping up at LMT Lab Day Chicago 2019. I am joined by 2 people, one of them extremely special to me, Larry Sowinski, president owner, whatever you want to call it, of Somer Dental Laboratories, my mentor, and a good friend of ours, Herb Barid from Ivoclar Vivadent. How are you guys?
Doing great. Thank you for the opportunity.
Good afternoon, Elvis.
So, Herb, what's going on here at Lab Day with Ivoclar?
Well, we're very excited. We're launching our digital denture program. We've had some great speakers all day today, Saturday, and we had a great turnout. We've had quite a few Canadians here that are denturists, which are sharing a lot of their expertise in digital dentures, and they've actually been more progressive than we have. And I learned a lot myself today. I was actually surprised as I go through and watch and listen. We've got to do a better job of sharing the knowledge and the opportunities here in the States.
Does Ivoclar support denturism a lot? You guys do they have an annual convention? You guys participate in that?
There are states that it's legal.
Sure.
States like Maine, Montana, Washington, Portland, Oregon, and places like that. And I've spoken at those meetings years ago, doing programs and so forth. But from that perspective, in the legal states, we do. In Canada, we're very, very much involved with the dentourism up there. When we launched the BPS program 20 years ago, and they took it and ran with it and did a wonderful job. We launched it here, but it was a little different here in the States because as you know, the denturists control the clinical and technical aspect, and here in the States, the technical and the clinical is completely separate, so it kind of creates a disconnect. So we actually created a whole different educational system when it came to removable.
Interesting. How long have you guys known each other? How far back are we going here?
Before you were born.
Well, obviously.
I don't know. My mind's not what it used to be. I can't go that, especially at the end of 3 days. But it's, I would have to say, over 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, longer than that. Come think, I worked for, matter of fact, this is my anniversary with Ivoclar, 20 years.
20 years?
With Ivoclar, and so I would have to say at least 25 to 30 years.
Did they give you a watch made out of Emax material or anything?
You know, that's good.
I
like that. I hope that some of the individuals in corporate hears that, and I'll be watching, hopefully for UPS. I don't think it'll be FedExed overnight, so I'll wait for UPS on that one.
Well, Herb, if you would fill out your reviews at the meeting, you might win a GoPro or an iPad or something from Ivoclar, because I know I've double dipped and won
You have.
twice.
I
Yes.
saw that. I'm still pissed about you winning the iPad like 5 years ago.
Well,
you got the GoPro.
Well, you know, at the NADL meeting, we donated the Harley Davidson motorcycle.
Yeah, that was a huge success.
And John LeJean won, his son won that, and I thought, well, gosh, I didn't realize I could have, but no, I knew better than to get it. Matter of fact, I'm not allowed on motorcycles anymore. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, well, we've heard.
And I will start telling the stories.
But I'm lucky to be here, by the way.
So I've heard.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we're very excited about the opportunities. Quite frankly, I'm a little disappointed that I see a lot of people in the halls and this, that, and the other, and I'm thinking, gosh, why aren't they in here listening to these great speakers we have? What an opportunity to get a free perspective of where the future is and this, that, and the other. And, you look back on when we came out with things such as digital x-rays, the dentists were slow to really jump into that. We got into the CAD technology. We moved a little faster on that. Now we're into printing, this, that, and the other. But I think sometimes people really miss great opportunities by not having an open mind about thinking, just having a preconception of what's going on. And I can tell you this, as much as things change, even though I'm exposed to a lot of it from a corporate standpoint, I'm still shocked and trying to keep up. I've got to do a lot of homework and studying to catch up with some of the programs that I saw this morning.
Yeah, there's a lot of programs. I have not heard how full they were.
Well, Elvis, I think from my perspective, the meeting is very successful.
Oh,
the programs are attended well.
Yeah.
And the exhibit hall has been very comfortable. It's busy, but it's been very comfortable. So I think people are in and out. And we have, 6 or 7 or 8 people here from the lab, and they're just having a ball learning all this kind of stuff.
I've heard good things.
And they're spending that credit card money like just killing me.
Makes up for the Christmas bonus.
Yeah.
Well, interesting. Our programs, most of them were filled up. What was really interesting, I would say probably the mix was maybe 30% dentist, maybe 50% technicians, and then there were quite a few denturists.
Wow.
And then, of course, the Ivoclar employees don't count. But,
are they required to go?
I actually assign people to where they need to be, and I alternate people so they get exposure prior to the Chicago midwinter. So people are designated where to be at specific times and things like that.
Yeah.
Elvis, from the Ivoclar perspective, I want to make a news break announcement.
Oh, here we go.
That Herb Barid will become our area manager soon after
happen?
this. It will happen.
Nice.
It will. I am
I've just
projecting that.
I just been put on the spot for the second time in 48 hours. But no, I would love that opportunity to come back, Larry. And so I think probably in the next couple of weeks there might be an announcement. I'll let you know.
So within your 20 years at Ivoclar, what roles have you had? I mean, where'd you come in at?
Well,
Where are you
initially in 1999, Ivoclar had brought me in as a consultant to work with them on removable, or to speak with them about removable opportunities and how to really capture the market, what my perspective of the market was. And then within weeks they had shared with me what their opportunities were and how they'd like for me to participate. And 20 years ago I took responsibility of running the removable division, and at that time we only had one university that worked with us on removable. And
what, like beta testing the materials?
No, I mean as far as the preclinical in the graduate programs, and that was University of Alabama. And so I really didn't have anything to do with that. But when I turned it over in 2010, we actually had 46 dental schools in preclinical and clinical that worked with us on removable. I had the opportunity to work with UCLA, Dr. John Bumer, Ramadas, and we created an academic program for removable, because actually removable was, the curriculum had been removed in most dental schools. They just weren't putting emphasis on it, and they had a false perception that removable would go away because of preventive dentistry. And I actually put together some demographics in '92 that showed that removable would be one of our biggest growth markets because of the demographics.
Yeah, sorry about the buzz. If you take off one earpiece, it's not as bad. I don't know why it's random.
I'm a little old to get a buzz anymore, but I'll take whatever I get.
Oh, excuse me for digressing. I heard earlier you were talking about the meeting here and the people, and you was talking about dentists being at this meeting.
Yeah.
This morning, about 10 or 10:30, I was with Judy Fishman, and she had indicated to me that they had exceeded 500 dentists.
Yeah,
That's
she shared
cool.
that with us when we had her on earlier.
Good.
It's some amazing numbers that she gets.
You know, you reminded me of something. Back in 2003, I worked on a project. We created the Blueline teeth and so forth, and we were making them returns in Italy, and I hired some really sharp people, and we went over to Italy to work on the teeth, and we did the launch here in Chicago. We actually did it to Sheraton. We rented a ship, actually. You remember that?
Yes.
It was 900 and some odd people in the boat. We had blues bands and performances, and pulled the ship right up to the Sheraton.
Wow.
And launched the Blueline, and it's been our number one seller ever for Ivoclar Vivadent. And we still laugh about it because Mr. Ganley had been given the promotion to run Ivoclar worldwide, and Bob actually had hired me at Ivoclar, and so if it hadn't been for Bob, the Blueline would have never come to fruition and allowing me to work on that project. So it's in today it's in 51 of the 56 dental schools.
Wow.
Yeah. Not counting the veterans and VA hospitals as well as the military bases.
Well, I've heard a lot of good things about the Blueline. I mean, a lot of people that we've had on this program mention that it's one of their favorite. James Angeloni, who we just had on, he's a big fan of it.
Well, and I just saw a case that Larry's daughter did, and with the Blueline, it looks absolutely beautiful. And we actually have a new product called Vivadent S that's even prettier than the Blueline. And now with the DCL disc for the CAD technology, with that DCL material, we will also have a layered material in about 30 to 45 days, and so it just keeps getting better.
You guys mill teeth, right, on the digital dentures?
You have the opportunity to mill the teeth now, and what's interesting about it, what people really need to look at is the fact that you eliminate broken cards and stuff, because you make the teeth as big or small and stretching them and to fill in the voids and so forth. So it's really and it's more economical for what you get out of a disc versus carded teeth. It's good for both our customers and us as well. It's a win-win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Elvis, the meeting is coming to a close.
It is coming to a close.
And we have to pack all this stuff up.
Yeah.
And we got to load it in the car.
All the way back to the hotel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I assume you drove the expedition up here? Or?
Negative.
Negative. So anyway, I appreciate the opportunity, and at some point I hope to have the opportunity again to maybe talk about some other ideas and things.
Absolutely. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have Ivoclar on and yourself and the whole organization.
Good deal. Well, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right.
All right.
I am excited and happy to have CDT of the Year sitting
Yay!
with us.
I know, right?
Mark Williamson. I was happy to share a stage with you in Visions. Congratulations on the award.
Yep.
Yes. No,
Fantastic stuff.
thank you. Thank you.
That's who we just had other people from Ottawa come by, and I was like, who do I know from Ottawa? And it's you.
It's me, yeah. I've been with Ottawa 12 years now.
Wow.
My wife Allie and I, she's a technician. I say she's a better technician.
Aww.
She is. And
That's how you keep your marriage happy right there.
well, I'm telling you, I mean, and I feel bad because when I did the accepted speech at any of the Visions meeting, and I said, I want to make sure I think my wife first, otherwise she's going to kill me, And, But seriously, I mean, everything that we've attained together, we've done it together, and with me. She supported me during the Panthera Master Cup and helped me edit the book. And
did you win that?
Yeah, I won it in 2017, which was the first year, the inaugural
Wow.
year.
That's huge.
Yeah, I went up some good competition in that group, and I thought, boy, if I could just place anywhere in the middle, I'd be happy. I'm like, I just don't want to get embarrassed and end in last, but when I got the call, I was actually out at an all-on-4 conversion.
Wow.
And
That's
I
so
get a
cool.
call, I see a call from Quebec come through, and I'm like, what's that,
Yeah.
And so they're like, no, you just, not letting you know, you just won. I'm like, are you kidding? Because Bart Hyde was in it.
Yeah.
Alexander Vunci.
Oh, yeah.
Arian Deutsch was in
Yep.
that. And I was
Big
like,
names.
I mean, those guys are like mentors to me. I mean,
Yeah.
their work is just amazing and beautiful. And to have done that, I don't know, I was just shocked.
That's
I was just
awesome.
shocked. So, yeah, it's been a whirlwind, I mean, but I've been doing it a long time. As far as like Allie and I, we had a study club here in Chicago for many years with all the technicians around the Chicagoland area. We'd get together on a Tuesday or Thursday night, and we'd have a hotel room. We'd send out the flyers. And
So a study club for technicians.
yeah, it was called the.
Nice.
Originally it was called the Marvin Healy Study Club here in Chicago, and those back in the day. This is going back like in the 70s and the 80s. I don't know, maybe even before that. But then towards the tail end, I became the president, got involved, and so then it was kind of going by the wayside a little bit, with some of the members. So with the help of 4 other lab partners, different laboratories in the Chicagoland area, we started the Chicagoland Dental Technician Study Group.
Nice.
And so on a Thursday night, we'd have 75 technicians
Wow.
That's a
sometimes
lot
come out
of
for a meeting
people.
for a 2-hour, 3-hour program.
That's
and
excellent.
Yeah. I mean, we've had some great help with great sponsors like Don Cornell. We had Michelle Monnier come out.
Oh,
We've had,
man, I love him.
So we wanted to do higher end for education,
Nice.
I'll say.
So we've been doing this a lot, I think, with the CDT of the year, a lot of different things we've done. My wife and I, she was a part of NBC, and she would go and do some of the judging for the CDT exams.
Oh, nice.
I love that too.
Yeah,
It's wonderful.
so she stepped back because we bought a farm and we have animals, and so it was taking a lot of time. So I think she might get back into that or into something else, and she's fabulous in her own right. And like I said, I wouldn't be where I'm at today with the support. They say behind every
That's
good
sweet.
man is a better woman, right?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Did you meet her in
So-
Ottawa?
Yeah, actually, we met at Artistic Dental Studio.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
for
I know
Yeah,
Jerry.
we both
Okay.
worked for Jerry
That's
Elastic,
nice.
and we met there. I had my own lab before that, and I merged it with with Artistic and my removable laboratory, and I was the manager of that department. And Allie was working there. She was just a couple of years out of the college. She went to Southern Illinois University. They had the dental program there, and then she stayed and got her bachelor's. But she I want to say, just a really good technician, all
Really?
right,
Yeah.
And then we met at Artistic, and she
rest
wanted to
is
always have her
history.
own lab, and I had my own lab before that, but I merged, and I'm like, I don't want to do that again. I'm like, I've been working nights and weekends, and I'm like, no, you don't. She's like, well, it's always been my dream. And she was taking dental technology classes at Triton here.
Wow.
No longer around, but when she was a senior in high school.
Wow.
So after school, she'd go to Triton and take those. She'd always wanted it. She had this passion, and So I'm like, okay, if you're going to do it, we're going to do it right, and we're going to learn from the mistakes maybe I did. And so we had our own lab for 13 years. We had about 7 people. We were full service.
Awesome.
And
Nice.
then we were approached, and a big lab wanted to open some satellites, acquire some labs, and expand, and it was Ottawa. And so we looked at it. We just thought, well, let's see, right? You never know what the offer might be and what's available. So when we got it and we talked about it, we just been a good decision. It's been really good. It's been a good 12 years. Good family, the Caruso family, and
Excellent.
So and
makes
very
a big
very
difference.
progressive, and they just love having our technicians rise to the level of becoming a CDT.
That's
and we have a
wonderful,
higher
too.
pay scale
That's
for
cool.
technicians.
How
who
many
are
CDTs do you have there?
We have
Do you
about 22.
Wow, that's
22,
awesome.
23, yeah.
How large
So-
is the laboratory?
So we have more people that want to. Yeah, our laboratory right now,
It's
we
gotta
have
be
about
huge.
200 people.
Holy moly.
Yeah, and we
That's
have
awesome.
3 well, that's including the 3 satellites. We have one in downtown Chicago here, and we have one in Bloomington, Illinois, and we have one in South Bend.
Oh, yeah.
And then our home office in Ottawa, Illinois, about 90 miles southwest from
So
here.
what is your role there now?
I'm the senior technical manager, but I kind of really oversee a lot of the implant removable type restorations, or we'll call it implant specialty. So I go out chairside quite a bit. I
do
do
a lot of
chairside
conversion?
conversions. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm out quite a bit, and so Allie goes out and does conversions. We have probably about 6 or 7 other people that can go out that I've trained to go out and do that, different satellites.
Well, I'm supposed to ask everyone who does conversions, how long does it take you to do it? That's the big
Well, it
question.
varies. It really depends. Yeah, it really depends on the dentist and the
Sure.
surgeon. If they're experienced, we could show up right after the implants are placed, and we could be done in an hour and a half because we already have a system with this
Yeah.
doctor. We know he's already doing a lot of the upfront work. He doesn't need us, so we're there just doing the conversion, the shaping, and picking up of the temporary abutments. But typically it could be, I could be at an office minimum 3.5, 4 hours.
You ever have the done at 9 p.m. because it wasn't
Yeah,
going right?
well,
Wow.
we had an account one time that was doing a dual arch, and it was a restorative dentist, a really good restorative dentist, but it was just, we wanted to do everything right, and we started around, I got there at the time of surgery, but we started, I think, like 9 a.m., and I didn't leave there until 10 p.m.
Ugh, that's a long day.
Yeah, it is, but it worked well. It was good, but it was just slow, and that's not norm. And, I've done many others for this, restorative doctor, and,
Hopefully
it
he
doesn't
got
take
better.
that long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everything's a learning curve, but no, it's been a great industry, and I love it. I'm so passionate about it. I just feel, I'm 56, or I'll be 56 in a week, and 38 years.
That's awesome.
And,
It's a long time, and you
know,
love it, right? You look like
I
you
do.
love it. You act like
do,
you love
but
it.
I
You
just
sound
feel like
you
my
love
body,
it.
though, sometimes like, I feel older than what I am, But I love this passion, or I love this industry so much, the passion, the people. And what I liked about it was an industry that I can get in, learn a career. Someone had taught me out here in the burbs, kind of took me under their wing, kind of became a father figure. And I was 18, supporting myself, living on my own, and got into the lab business and never turned back. I mean, I loved it.
So I see you have a speaker ribbon.
Yeah,
Where are you speaking
today? Well,
today?
yesterday I spoke for True Abutment about mainly their T-Lock, which is like their custom patient-specific custom locator abutment, basically.
Yeah.
And then today I spoke for B&D Dental,
Nice.
the Origin Zirconia, and then I do it again tomorrow. And so, I think with the winning the Panthera Cup, and right around that time when I kind of got involved with the Panthera, working on it, there was a company here called Yamahachi, and they had asked me to do some stuff for them. And I said, well, I'm going to have to wait until I finish my case and get it submitted, because I'm not going to be having any time to work on doing a program. You know.
How long was that process?
Yeah, you got the case. I think the models were sent to us in the beginning of March, and I think I had till the end of May. I think May 31st. We had to show that we shipped it. And so
yeah.
I had,
Wow.
and so what I did is I made a book for my documentation. You had to make documentation of how you did the case.
Yeah.
So I made like a coffee table style book because I like photography.
Wow.
And so I wanted to make it really nice.
Yeah.
And so I had to hurry up and get that done because I had to get the book printed.
Oh, yeah.
So then I'm like, now I'm nervous. Oh, I hope that book comes in because I got to ship this, And it did. And they liked it so much, that they reprinted it and
wow.
they sold.
I thought I saw that on
Yeah,
Facebook.
they sold it. And so it's been, like I said, I've been doing it for quite a while, but I think it was nice to get that recognition. I tell technicians,
Yeah.
when I lecture to them, like, technicians, we're not used to getting awards, right? We're kind of, I feel sometimes the unsung hero.
Absolutely.
We do our blood, sweat, and tears, and
Yep.
we're working. We put our heart and soul into these cases, but to get this recognition, it was nice. I wasn't used to it,
Yeah.
And then for the visions meeting, and kind of getting that recognition, it was. I could honestly say if I die tomorrow, I'd be a happy man because, I feel like it was kind of the icing on a
awesome
career. It's not over yet, but
Yeah.
No, I hope not.
But it's really been a great.
You still got
career.
Hall of Fame to go after.
You can
next.
tell by the look on your face.
Well,
that
it's
you
funny
love
because
it.
I see people around and like, okay, what are you going to win next year? I'm like,
You have to up your game. What are you going to do?
Right. Well, and right now I'm supposed to head over to the Yamahachi booth. I think they want to give me some sort of an award or
Good for
something
you.
for winning the CDT of the Year award or
Excellent.
something. I don't know. I'm not sure because they haven't given me all the details, but I'm just like, okay, enough. And I'm like, just,
It's going to be a
let me help
whole year.
educate younger technicians, and that's what Allie wants to do. Allie's putting a lecture together for them to do Dentures 101, and get back to the basics.
Aw.
And also to teach, some of these young kids that are scanners and designers and might be going into digital dentures, and they need to know the basics. They need to know the analog. They need to know landmarks. They need to know the whole thing. So I
Absolutely.
think she wants to work with
That
that.
is the hardest thing
wonderful.
for me to bring in someone into our lab is teaching them the basics.
Yeah.
Nobody knows it anymore.
No. I
Right.
mean,
Yep.
you can learn to use 3-shape easily, but to learn why you should use 3-shape is the
Right.
problem. They don't
Yeah.
understand it. And
Right.
have that available would be wonderful.
Right.
Absolutely
Right. No,
wonderful.
I hear it.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to swear. I didn't want you to have to beat
Good
me.
job.
So,
Well,
I'm a swearer. I have that ingrained in my
I know. I love
being.
that. I love that. I love this speech at Vision.
I know.
The beep,
He's funny.
That was awesome.
Thanks.
So I just laugh every time I hear it beep. I'm like, awesome.
Yeah. That's far.
It's funny because I play a video. It's a funny video. Maybe you've seen it on Facebook. It's that Dollar Tooth Club thing. Have you seen it?
No, I don't think
It's
so.
kind of like the Dollar Shave Club, but
Yeah.
it's for teeth. And so it's a funny commercial, but they have this thing in there where they swear in the beginning,
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I'm lecturing. The first time I showed it was at Whip Mix, so I go to Ann Steinbach. I'm like, do you mind if I play this video? It is going to swear, but, and they're like,
Sure.
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
And so they did, and they
And?
loved it. So
Yeah.
I've been showing it ever since. So
I'll have to
it's
look
been
for
real
that. That sounds
but,
funny. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank
I'd
you
be
very
Yeah.
much for being on
Mark,
our
thank
show.
you.
No,
so
thanks for
much.
having me on. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank
It's
you.
a great thing for
Appreciate
the
it.
industry.
I
And
appreciate
congratulations.
you. You're a DTG, which is amazing.
Yep.
Also. We
Yeah,
love that.
Absolutely.
yeah, that's a great group. Some
Yeah.
talented, some people. I thought years ago when I got in this business, they said to being a removal tech, you're kind of one of the younger. They're all dying off. They're all older. There's not
Yep.
going to be anyone around. But you know what? Just seeing that the people in that group and just in general, there's going to be plenty of good people out there.
It's good to know.
Past my time. So
You
You guys are going to help train them, you and your wife.
exactly, exactly.
Well, thanks again.
All
Mark.
right.
Yep,
Appreciate
enjoy
it.
the meeting.
Yes, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
A huge thanks to Tony Prestipino, Larry Sowinski, Herb Barid, and Mark Williamson. Thanks for sitting down with us at LMT Lab Day Chicago 2019, and congratulations to Mark for winning the CDT of the Year award. Nice work.
Thank you, guys. We enjoyed every single moment of it. We appreciate everything you do for our industry, especially you, Larry, because you have to work with my good friend Elvis and put up with his ass every day. So,
No comment.
and remember to use the code VOICES when ordering from Preet. It's only good until the end of May. It's a great chance to save money while ordering from one of the best companies in our industry. Head over to Preet.com and use the code VOICES. And please, you know what? They're amazing. So let's do it. Let's be positive to the voices, positive to the industry, and positive to a great company. So everybody have a really good week, and we thank you for all you do.
All right, everybody. Have a good one.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice for you.
Thank you.